It's getting hot and steamy in the Dropworks Distillery today. We've got the Byworth boys in town. Sean's all ready to go. And we are, for the first time, putting steam through our steam pipework, which is a massive deal because only yesterday we turned the boiler on for the first time. That's why the Byworth guys are here. That's where we bought the boiler from. They're commissioning it yesterday, today and tomorrow. If you're wondering what the steam's about, that's how we heat our wash. That's how we heat our low wines to be able to create our spirit. So that's our heating system. Our cooling system was commissioned just the other day. No leaks. There were, but we fixed them, so that's good. That's all ready to go now, so we can cool liquid, and today is all about heating the liquid. So in fact, if I climb up this ladder, we've been filling the wash still with water so that we've got something to test. We can heat up the water as our test run. Ooh, looks murky. That's hot. Yeah, that's already hot. The steam in there is over 100 degrees, and we're just looking for things like this. Yeah, we've got another leak. But that's it, when the pipes expand, you're going to get moments where it's going to leak a little bit like this. And it's expanding as it heats up, of course. There's still no pressure going through the system, just slowly warming it up. And then once all the pipework's warm, that's when it should be safe to actually start pushing the pressure through and actually get that boiler producing lots of steam. Oh, just found another leak. It's going to be a long day, isn't it? I just said to Sean, do you want to say something? And he said, very nervously, like, I don't know what to, nothing to be said today, I don't think.
No, I'm sure it'll be alright in the end. It's just a bit hard graft right now, working out all the niggles. It is a momentous moment.
These have become like our babies.
Yeah.
And we finally get to see them like walking today, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Very excited though, and actually, just whilst I got you can see how much work the electricians have done as well. So all of these motors, that's now got electricity to it, as does that one over there. They've been powering up all of our pumps so we can actually start moving liquid between our vessels. So down here you can see the heat exchangers set up. We use the heat from the dunder, goes through the heat exchanger to preheat the fermenter. Once it's finished fermenting, it preheats the wash as it then goes into the still. Instead of going in at 20-25 degrees, it's going to go in there at 50-60 degrees. So that's what this heat exchanger is for. This heat exchanger is to take the heat out of our mixed liquid. We have to heat it up to be able to mix the molasses with the water properly. But then if you throw the yeast into that, it's too hot, so it'll kill it. So we take the heat out, send the heat back into that tank, which is our hot water tank. As the mixed molasses and water liquid cools down through the heat exchanger, then goes into the fermenter where we can then pitch our yeast. This is our molasses pipework, so we just need a little bit of flexi hose and then that's completed. Molasses comes all the way through here, through the pump. Again, need a bit of flexi hose, and then you can see down here we can isolate which tank we take our molasses from. This is where the molasses comes in. Tanker turns up outside, connects to that, pumps it in through here, and we can choose which one of the tanks we want to send it to, and it gets pumped in at the top. So that's the molasses pipework done. And in fact, through here, remember I said about this heat exchanger? So this is where we send our waste liquid. That then follows this line all the way up between those tanks there, goes along, goes out the back, and then that's where we collect it. You can see it here through the back, and then it's collected in our big black waste effluent tanks. The toilets are going in. This is an accessible toilet that we're doing here, and this is the general toilets on this side. Oh yeah, let me show you the complicated chilling system. On a particularly hot day, we need this, but on most days of the year in Britain, all we need is this. Effectively, this uses the ambient temperature of the air to chill down the coolant in the pipe systems for chilling the stills. If it doesn't chill it enough with the ambient temperature, it also then goes through into this one here, which is a bit more like a refrigeration system, I guess. These are our waste tanks. As you can see, this is where it comes in at the top, and it's all connected at the bottom, so they all work together as one tank. Ooh, I can hear it. Oh, you can just hear it. Listen. Too many leaks. They've turned the boiler off. We've got to wait for the welder to get here. Then we can give it another go once he's tightened up the leaks. And I can now answer a few calls. Chris, what do you want? He's always calling me. Still sat waiting for the welder to arrive, and I thought I would actually confess what happened the other day. We finally got our license through. In fact, I haven't even opened it. It's our license. Here we go. Thank you, HMRC. In lieu of getting our license, we started some fermentations in some IBCs behind me. We did our wild yeast and we did a new yeast, and the new yeast went crazy and fermented very nicely. We came back in and the wild yeast really hadn't done much. So anyway, Sean decided to throw in some of the yeast that had been successful on top of the wild yeast. He successfully got it going, let's put it that way. The welders that were walking out the front door started screaming, shouting, Sean! Sean, where's it gone? Where's Sean? He wasn't about, so I ran up, what's going on? And they were volcanoing out of the IBCs. To contextualise it, 150 litres flying onto the floor out of the IBCs. It was quite spectacular. And because it happened at this end of the distillery, black, sticky, unfermented molasses all on the floor here, having to wash it, hose it all the way down. It took 2 hours. Best workout I've done in a long time. It's quite calm in here today. I like it. Yeah, I spent a lot of time over the last couple of days just trying to tidy up and get everything ready. You can still see the stains of the molasses on the floor. Right, he's here. We got him. We got Josh back. So he's come all the way down from Leeds. He's going to nip it all up. We're going to take about an hour and then we're going to turn it all on again. Is that right? Josh, what's happening next?
Nipping it up. We've got one weld to do. Nip all the rest of it up. Unky-dory then, and then we can start making rum.
Love it. Good man, Josh. Thank you. So I can't decide whether today's been a good day or a bad day because we discovered that there are certain things wrong that we need to change. I say wrong, things that are broken, like a new valve that's allowing all the steam out through the roof as a safety measure, and it shouldn't be doing that at all. We've got a new one we've got to fit tomorrow, but luckily Josh is going to come back and fit that for us. That was disappointing because it meant we couldn't just run the system as we wanted. But the good news is we know the system is working. The boiler is officially commissioned. They've handed it over to us. Even I now know how to run the boiler. So tomorrow we're going to change that safety valve over. We are going to fire up the boiler and we're going to put steam through each of our 3 stills and our hot water vessel all at the same time. We powered it up today, got steam to our wash still, and it's all working just fine. Tightened up the leaks. It was very quiet as well, and that was a real surprise, and I'm really, really pleased. So, good day with a few hiccups along the way. Maybe that's how we'll sum it up. Thank you for watching. Next episode, you'll be watching us mixing up our first fermentations and possibly doing our first distillation run. I can't believe it's finally happening. Get ready, it's coming. Bye.